Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about one of the most famous 90s kids anime out there, Digimon Adventure 2. Digimon Adventure 2 was the second series in the Digimon franchise. We'll get into the history about this show a little bit later, but before we get any further, make sure to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss any updates. Now, without further ado, let's get it. Digimon Adventure 2 first aired on Fuji TV on April 2nd, 2000, just 1 week after the original Digimon ended. This show eventually ran until March 25th, 2001. Unlike other entries in the series, Adventure 2 is a direct sequel to the first series, even including some of the main characters from Digimon Digital Monsters, aka Digimon Adventure, as it's known in Japan. Ultimately, Digimon Adventure 2 ran for 50 episodes. So, let's get into the story. 4 years after the events of Digimon Adventure, the digital world is invaded by the Digimon Emperor, who is enslaving Digimon with dark rings, allowing him to control them while building control spires that negate Digivolution. To fight him, 3 new Digidestined are recruited. Davis, effectively the new Goggle Boy, aka leader of the group, whose hot-tempered nature often gets him into trouble despite his big heart. Yoli, the older, more stubborn and impulsive member of the group. And Cody, the youngest yet oftentimes most wise of the group. These 3, along with TK and Kari from the original Digimon, who have now aged up a bit, come into possession of D3s, a new type of Digivice that allows them to open a gate to be transported to the digital world through any computer. They are also given D-terminals that hold crest-themed digi-eggs that allow their Digimon partners to undergo armor digivolution to counter the presence of the control spires. The new Digimon partners include Davis and Vmon, a little blue dinosaur, Yoli and Hawkmon, self-explanatory, man's a hawk, and Cody and Armadillomon, again, an armadillo. While TK and Kari continue with Patamon and Gatomon respectively. As the story progresses, the Digidestined face numerous challenges and obstacles in their quest to free the digital world. Along the way, they encounter various villainous Digimon, each with their own unique abilities and strategies. Through their determination, teamwork, and the bonds they form with their Digimon partners, the Digidestined overcome these adversaries one by one. Eventually, the Digimon Emperor is revealed to be a human boy that Davis has actually played against in soccer, named Ken Ichijoji. With the help of Ken's partner Wormmon, who wishes Ken to return to his kind-hearted self, the Digidestined defeat Ken. While the Digidestined rebuild the digital world, Davis, Yoli, and Cody unlock normal Digivolution. At the same time, Ken repents for his evil deeds and joins the Digidestined as they fight 2 new evil Digimon named Arukenimon and Mummymon. Arukenimon has a unique power to turn the control spires into super strong artificial Digimon under her control. To fight this new threat, the gang learns of DNA Digivolution, enabling their Digimon to fuse with each other in pairs for even more power. Arukenimon then creates Black War Greymon. My personal fave, this motherfucker was a badass! And he begins to destroy the Destiny Stones, hoping to fight the legendary Azulongmon, who appears when each stone is destroyed. After Black War Greymon flees, Azulongmon warns the Digidestined about an impending threat behind Arukenimon and Mummymon. Shortly after, control spires appear across the human world, bringing Digimon with them, while the Digidestined set off with Imperial Dramon to destroy them with the help of the International Digidestined. Arukenimon and Mummymon begin kidnapping several children, and the true mastermind, Yukio Oikawa, reveals himself. Yukio extracts the Dark Spore, a device that corrupted Ken and originally turned him evil in the first place, and implants it into other children who wish for the greatness that the old evil Ken had. Those spores develop into flowers that harvest the infected children's energy. Eventually, the Digidestined confront Yukio, only to learn that he's an extreme loner whose only friend in the world was Hiroki Hida, Cody's father. Hiroki and Yukio used to play old video games when they were young, eventually becoming obsessed with the digital world and dreaming of going there one day. But sadly, Cody's father Hiroki died before they could go together, causing Yukio to fall into despair. Meanwhile, the Digidestined face off against a new foe called the Daemon Corps and their leader, Daemon, aka Demon. English dub, why you so sensitive? Who wishes to use the dark spore inside of Ken. After Daemon is imprisoned in a separate dimension by Ken called the Dark Ocean, Black War Greymon sacrifices himself to seal the portal to the digital world before Yukio and the kids can transport there. Give it up one time for Black War Greymon. Man had that redemption arc. The Digidestined are then transported to a dream world with Yukio, and an entity springs from Yukio's body, revealing none other than Myotismon from the first Digimon Adventure series, who has been the real mastermind behind everything. Myotismon uses the energy from the Dark Spores to be reborn as Mallow Myotismon. With the help of the Digidestined from all over the world, using the light that existed inside each one of them and their wishes to return the digital world to a peaceful world, the Digidestined are able to defeat Mallow Myotismon. Yukio, who is now too weak to enter the digital world, becomes its guardian as he passes away. Peace is finally restored to the digital world, and the boundary between the digital world and the real world is broken down. In the end, giving every human their very own Digimon companion. And that was it for the story. Unlike the original series, the characters had the ability to mostly travel between the digital world and the real world at will, leading to the stakes not feeling as high as the original Digimon, since the first cast, for better or worse, was basically stuck in the digital world. One of the most enjoyable aspects of Digimon Adventure 2 was the sheer variety and uniqueness of the different digi-eggs and their corresponding digivolutions. Each digi-egg brought forth a distinct Digimon form, showcasing incredible designs and abilities that never failed to captivate the audience. From the fiery Flamedramon and the agile Halcymon, to the mighty Shurimon and the graceful Nefertimon, the diverse range of digivolutions introduced through the digi-eggs was a constant source of excitement and anticipation. What made these digivolutions even more thrilling was how they perfectly complemented the personalities and characteristics of the Digidestined, like Davis's digi-egg of courage or Cody's digi-egg of knowledge. Each digi-egg resonated with a particular Digidestined, reflecting their strengths and attributes, creating a strong bond between human and Digimon. This added layer of connection made it all the more satisfying to witness their Digimon partners achieve these cool digivolutions, as it not only showcased their growth throughout the series, but also the power of friendship and understanding. Personally, my favorite digi-egg was the digi-egg of miracles, which allowed Vmon to transform into this badass motherfucker named Magnamon. That character design was just flawless. I literally would spend hours drawing that character in my sketchbook at home. He also appears in the Digimon movie, which came out like 23 years ago. Holy fuck, where has the time gone? This movie gets into more details about the digi-eggs and ties in the first cast of Digidestined with the new one from this series, but that's an entire clusterfuck of timeline on its own, because the American version is really 3 separate Japanese Digimon short films spliced into one, and that's not what this video's about. Sorry. If this one does well, maybe I'll do a video on that. Let me know in the comments if y'all want that. Anyways, all in all, this was probably my second most favorite Digimon series next to Digimon Frontier. And I gotta shout out my granddad for buying me a shit ton of those digi-egg toys from Toys R Us back in the day. The designs were crazy. This show did eventually receive a continuation in the form of Digimon Adventure Tri, except this new team was defeated and the series refocuses on the older Digimon trainers from the original series. Digimon Adventure 2 ultimately will remain as one of the greatest Digimon seasons to most fans, simply because it was the second entry in the series and was able to capitalize on the nostalgia we all have when looking back on the series. Something that the later entries in the Digimon franchise failed to do, as most fans slowly aged out of the show. Either way, this is definitely a piece of 90s kids nostalgia that is definitely worth checking out if you haven't already seen it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another video. And until next time, Peace.